What's up, Casombreros, and welcome to another episode of Enhancing and Improving Your Communication Skill Using the English Language. And today, I've listed down words with quo. That's Q, U, O with them. And I hope that this will help you out in improving and developing more your communication in the English language. And before we finally begin with our examples, let us define quo first. According to the Latin dictionary.wiki.com, there's a lot of dots. That simply means where. For today's speech episode, I've created two categories. Our first category will only contain words with Q, U, O with them. And the second category would be Latin phrases where QU or quo can stand alone as a word. All right, let's get started. Our first word in our first category, which is quotient. Quotient. Again, quotient is the number resulting from the division of one number by another. And as you can notice, in achieving the correct pronunciation of quotient, I am dropping my lower jaw a little bit and then forming a pouting lower lip. So that's quo, quo, quotient. Could you please repeat it? Fantastic. Our second example is quote. Again, that's quote. By definition, this is to repeat a passage from, especially in illustration. For example, putting it in a sentence, the reporter quoted what the president has told media. Could you please repeat quote? Awesome. Our next word for our speech exercise today is quotation. Quotation. Could you please say quotation? And by definition, this is something that is being quoted. It's not quoted, but it's quoted. Could you please say it one more time? Great. Our next word under our first category is quota. Again, that's quota. And it means a proportional part or a share. Could you please say quota? That's correct. And our next word for our speech exercise today is unquote. Unquote. This means used orally to indicate the end of a direct quotation. That's unquote. Could you please say it by yourself? That's correct. And under our first category, there are actually still more words in the dictionary where we can find QUO with them, just like misquote, misquoted, misquoting, quotably, and so on. But on the other hand, I would like to take this opportunity as well to share to you that there are also words with QUO where, this is not being pronounced as quo, but as k, just like liquor. Liquor. There is also a dropping of a jaw in order to attain that correct pronunciation. And we know liquor, this is an alcoholic beverage made by distillation rather than fermentation. Our next category contains words or Latin phrases, not words. All right, so our first example of a Latin phrase is status quo. Status quo. So this means that state in which or the existing state of affairs. In short, the present condition. The present condition, especially regarding social or political issues. Our next speech exercise for second category would be quid pro quo. Again, that's quid pro quo. In Latin, this means something given or received for something else. Could you please say quid pro quo? That is right. Our next Latin phrase to exercise is quo warranto. Quo warranto. So this means an English writ formally requiring a person by what authority he or she exercises public office, franchise, or liberty. Could you please say quo warranto? You're getting it correctly. Perfect. And we're now down to our last and final example for our speech lesson for today's episode. And that Latin phrase is quo vadis. Or you can also say quo vadis. Could you please say quo vadis? That's right. And in Latin, this means where are you going? Or where are you marching? And has been based on a true story from the Bible, book of Acts of Peter, in which Peter flees Rome, and but on his way he meets Jesus and asks him why he is going to Rome and where is he going. And that is all mga kasombreros. Gusto ko lamang pong bago pa ako magtapos ay nais ko magpasalamat sa mga kasombreros natin na ginagamit ang aking channel bilang isang educational tool para sa English lessons nila and then speech lessons at the same time. Maraming salamat po. More videos to come, and if you have some suggestions and opinions, you can write them down below. Alright, so muli po ay maraming salamat. Ako po ang Kuya Den at nagsasabing ang buhay ay mas lalo nagiging masaya at mas lalo nagiging puno ng pag-asa pag si Lord ang ating kasama. Once again, thank you so much and God bless.